What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Ghost of Tsushima Legends 2, the possibility of it. I think it's very likely. We're going to go over a job listing from Sucker Punch. We've actually talked about quite a few job listings. It couldn't be more clear that they're working on Ghost of Tsushima 2, okay, just like the base single-player game. We've had enough, I'd say. Well, the game was massively successful, okay? It's getting its own movie even, so, like, that's fine. The job postings definitely have literally talked about, I believe, Japanese like lore and like the history of Japan. So like that's definitely happening. But now we have a job listing about working on a multiplayer game. Now again, it doesn't have to be Legends 2, but it just makes sense. So let's read over what you'd be doing if you get hired at this job. And remember, as always, if you do get hired, if one person at some point in my life does, go through my video into this job, into any job I talk about, definitely keep me in mind, okay? Our talented multiplayer designers create awesome game team experiences, and you'll be pivotal in bringing that creativity to life in a spectacular multiplayer game. We are looking for the whole package, someone with necessary skills to investigate, define, implement, and deploy networking features that support a smooth and engaging cooperative gameplay experience to be playing with others. And that's it. Now, PlayStation Universe goes on to talk about, maybe they're hiring for Legends, like what we already have. But they're really, Legends is I'm not saying like I am saying they abandoned it. I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever. I think Legends was something that we could have only ever like wished for. It was such a, I personally believe it was such a spectacular mode that I just did not expect to receive. And when I was playing the game, I'd be like, this would be pretty fun to play in a multiplayer setting, and they freaking gave it to it. Like it's absolutely incredible. So I'm not counting it against them that like they did it. They did have a huge update to it as well. It's not like they just dropped it and they left it. No, they actually they supported it for a little bit and then they left it. And again, that's fine. That's fine. I think they're going to give a PS5 version of this game at some point anyway. And then this obviously Ghost of Tsushima 2 and Legends 2 would be after. So, they go on to say like it could be that, but most likely isn't. And obviously, again, I agree. I think that they haven't supported it in months. We're approaching 1 year of Ghost of Tsushima coming out just in general, remember, in July. So, like, at this point, I think you leave it alone, and this is easily, I would say, talking about the next game. And again, they talk about cooperative elements. It literally does, okay, there's not that many keywords that make it stand out, but it does sound like it. Like, if you read it thinking about Ghost of Tsushima Legends or Legends 2, I think it would be a match. You know what I mean? I don't think, and another thing is this. I don't think Sucker Punch. Now, maybe like Guerrilla Games, which we actually have heard rumors that they are making a multiplayer only, maybe like a Killzone game. That has been a rumor for quite a while. Like, Sucker Punch isn't that. Okay, they've made Sly, they made Infamous, they've made Ghost of Tsushima. They don't really do, now I would say they don't really do multiplayer, but they just proved me, well, technically Sly 3 did have some sort of like cooperative, the kind of the mini game where you kind of like explore the area. I actually absolutely adored that. But anyway, besides that, Legends is like the full-fledged multiplayer mode, but besides that, they haven't done it. So to assume that they're making Ghost of Tsushima 2, and then just like an open world multiplayer game, or just like a multiplayer game in general, and those are two completely separate things, I don't think that's right. I think that they probably, and PlayStation Universe says this, it's very possible maybe that they're working on Legends 2 at the same time as Ghost of Tsushima, and then they can package them in together at the same time. Even the way they did it with this game, I think is almost, it's difficult to say like almost perfect or even perfect, because if you gave us Legends when the game came out, like day one, which one takes from the other? Maybe you sell more copies at launch because now you have a new way of playing it, right? Multiplayer, people that play multiplayer games, sometimes they don't play single-player games. So if you introduce a game that's got both day one, you may have people that buy it specifically for one or the other mode. But like from my perspective, I think the multiplayer would probably take from the single player, and maybe the other way around, right? So you wouldn't be able to experience both of them maybe fully. So I actually love the way they did it. I beat the game, I platinumed, and I'm a very, I'm slow at doing these things, but I beat it, I platinumed it, and I had about a week and a half left before the multiplayer came out. And, you know, I think the distance they had between the game's release and the multiplayer was actually really good. Like, I think a lot of people probably would have been able to complete it or get the most out of it that they wanted to and then move on. So, you know, even if they didn't do it day one, Ghost of Tsushima 2 and Legends 2 at the same time, I think it would still be, if they do it like half a year later, 3 months later, 4 months later, whenever, I think it would be totally cool. So I do believe this. It gets me very excited, right? I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is just a phenomenal game. So a second game gets me excited. Legends was it was just a fun experience. Like, I played with my friend every night for like a couple weeks. I got super good at that game. Okay, I got better at Legends than I was at Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, so I adore that. If they want to give more of Legends, go ahead. If they want to drop it and just give us Legends too, that's completely fine as well. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you, like I said, really two options. Do you think it's Legends 2, or do you think it's just a completely separate multiplayer game that they're working on at the same time that they're working on potentially a Ghost of Tsushima 2? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed here. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.